Am I filming 2 videos back to back? Yes, absolutely, I am. And I'm not even going to change my shirt to pretend that I'm not. It is about hustle today. So this is what we're doing. I have both cats here with me, being absolute trouble today. So we're going to make do with what we have. Welcome back everybody to another video. We are going straight on, in my time we're going straight on from my cleaning out my closet to this. Does that make sense? I don't know. I did go to town in between, so I've been out, I've done things, I've come back, and then I was like, well, I've got time, so I might as well fill in. Maybe I just need to take a nap. In this video, we are going to be talking about self-investment, things that I have done in the last few years that I think have genuinely greatly improved my personal quality of life. Now, I wanted to basically start by saying that I am very aware that I am very privileged in the way that I live and the fact that I have the opportunity and the means to provide myself with these things. So this video is talking about my life and these things in my personal view and my experience. And I'm not saying that everybody needs to go out and do these things, and if you don't, you're a bad person, but I'm just saying that I wanted to talk about things that I have done and hopefully just share a little bit of insight around them. Maybe people who are thinking about doing these things will find this video and they can get like a little bit of advice or just a bit of an idea about what these things are about, okay? So I'm not telling you you have to do this. I'm not telling you you're not perfect exactly how you are, because you are. I'm just saying that these are things that I have chosen to do for myself, and I'm really glad I have. So, as usual, my list is written on my phone, so I'm probably going to be reading like this for half of the video, but let's actually take a breath and get into it. First things for me that I chose to do are very simple, and not even, like, I can't even say that I've stuck to them for a long time, because I have started doing some of them again. But basically the first things that I did that I really wanted to do was stop wearing makeup every day. Now obviously I have been doing that for the last few months because of the job that I was in. I thought that it was fitting, but it genuinely just made me realize why I stopped wearing makeup every day. I hate it. I hate doing it. I hate the process. I hate the feeling of things on my skin all day. And I hate, like, my skin is so sensitive and very oily, and it breaks out very, very easily. So the last 3 months that I have been wearing makeup every day, I have been breaking out terribly the entire time. So the first thing on this list that honestly, I probably would recommend this to people is stop wearing makeup every day. Like, even if it's a day that you're just sitting at home, like I know these people who wear makeup every day religiously, and that's so cool for you guys. I love people who are super creative with their makeup and colors and stuff like that. I am not that talented, so for me it's very basic. I do still wear, like, for my new job I am planning to wear like a very, very basic amount of makeup, just because that's what I want to do. But in terms of my day-to-day life, when I am home from work, on weekends, things like that, I don't wear makeup every day, and my skin has thanked me so much for it, and so has my confidence, because when I was younger, like 18, 19, I would not leave the house without makeup. I genuinely felt horrifically ugly without a full face of makeup on. And now I can say that, like, when it's not breaking out, I quite like my skin. I do try and take care of my skin really well. I have some quite subtle freckles. I love them. I think they're cute. So not wearing makeup every day has helped my skin feel better and me feel better about myself. So that's one. The next thing is obvious for people who have known me for a long period of time, but I used to bleach and straighten my hair religiously for about a decade. Like, I would straighten my hair every single day, sometimes multiple times a day. I would bleach my hair probably like every 2 months. Basically anytime my regrowth got longer than about a centimeter, bleach. And I don't mean like lighter shade of this, I mean like my hair was white. Obviously I still have color in my hair. I do still color my hair, so that's not something that I can say that I don't do anymore, although I am trying to grow my blonde back out. It's very subtle at the moment because it's short, but the last time I coloured my hair was a dark brown in May, right before we went to Rarotonga, and I do plan to no longer colour my hair. No bleach, no colour, no nothing, and I also don't often use heat on my hair. I maybe straighten my hair once a week, might use a blow dryer once a week. That's it. So, no heat, no colour, no bleach, nothing. I did this for the first time before we got married because I wanted to grow out my natural hair, and then I had some foils put in for my wedding day. So initially I spent like 3 years growing out my hair to prepare for my wedding, and I loved it. And then I coloured it for my wedding and have been going back into that routine of bleaching and colouring and cutting and doing weird things to it ever since. So I'm sort of over it again, and I know that in that period where I did nothing to my hair, it was so much more healthy, it was so much prettier to me, in my opinion, and I loved it. I used to absolutely hate my natural hair colour, that's why I did it, but the last time I had it grown out, I really, really loved it. So I can't wait to have that again. I know it's going to be a very long process, probably like 2 to 3 years again, but that's just my plan. That's how I work. I say that's how I work, but I think I probably should have said like that's how I work now, because people who only knew me in high school or like maybe just after high school are like, girl, you've stopped bleaching your hair? You don't terrorize your hair anymore? No, I don't. I have learnt. I have grown up. Yeah, we grew out of that stage. Not to say that I won't go back there again. I think I definitely go through phases, and I might have a little bit of fun with it as my blonde grows out, but for now we're trying to take care of it because my hairline's receding, so we got to look after what's left. The next thing that I did, I actually haven't finished doing it yet, so I can't tell you what the final results or anything are, but I started laser hair removal. Now, when did I do this? This year. I only started doing this year, and I've done 3 sessions. My last one was in June, so it must have been June, May, April. So I've done 3 sessions. I'm honestly like most of the way there. I am not like a person who has a whole lot of body hair, you can probably tell, but like that's shit fair and fine. But for my like peace of mind and bodily health, I decided that I wanted to laser hair removal. I don't like shaving, I don't like doing it, I'm terrible at remembering to do it, and it's just, what would you call it, an inconvenience. So yeah, I decided to give it a go, and it's been great. Like, I've only done 3 sessions. I'm probably, I would say, about halfway. I can imagine I'll be done in probably 3 more. But even now, because it's been a few months, obviously since June, I stopped when I moved to Australia, and I just haven't figured out where I want to go yet to continue. But even those 3 sessions have been so beneficial for me. I'm 100% going to finish it, and I think if you are a person who is considering laser hair removal, I personally would recommend it. It was definitely not as painful as I thought it was going to be. I had it way overhyped in my head. I thought it was going to be terrible, but honestly, it's great. It's not even that bad. If anything, it feels like being flicked with a rubber band, maybe. Like, it's not pleasant, but it's not terrible. And for me, the outcome and the after effects of it so heavily outweigh the like discomfort that you go through while doing it. Obviously it can be expensive, and so that's what I meant in the start of the video when I said that like I am very aware that I am privileged to live the life that I lead and have the ability to be able to afford these things like my laser hair removal and what I'm going to talk about next. Like, I am very, very aware of the amount of privilege that I have. I work very hard to save money to do these things, and I do think that they're beneficial for me. If you don't want to do it, that's absolutely fine. But if you're considering laser hair removal, I would recommend giving it a go. Even if you just do 1 session, what's the harm? If you don't like it, don't go again. The next one for me is actually laser tattoo removal. So we're all about lasers up in this bitch and getting rid of shit. So I had a tattoo here. I'm unsure if you'll be able to see it. It's still a tiny bit there. I do have a bit of scarring here. I have tried to have this tattoo removed in 2 ways. At first, I was very, very afraid of laser removal because everyone was like, oh my god, it hurts so bad, it's so expensive. So I was like, let's go a little bit more of a like naturopathic, holistic kind of way, where the technique they use is using a tattoo gun to go over your tattoo, but they basically use like a salt and saline solution to inject it into the skin, which picks up the ink, and then as your body expresses the salt, it carries the ink with it. Now, did this work? For my first session, yes. I had 2 more sessions after this, and it did not make any further difference. I will also say it was about 1,000,000 times as like more painful than what laser hair removal turned out to be. So not only was it not effective, it didn't work very well for me at all. It was very, very painful. It was a very long process. I'm talking each appointment that I had to do this was probably 1 to 2 hours for what was a very small tattoo. And it was not just like a one-time thing, because as it healed and scabbed over and like it moved out of your body, you had to spend the next like week, I think it was, reapplying like a salt solution, and obviously that stung like a bitch. Like, it hurt. So not only did the appointment hurt, but the follow-up aftercare hurt. The scarring that I have, which is actually somewhere around here, I don't even know if you'll be able to see it, but that is not from either that or laser hair removal. That is from, I had like the scabbing there, and I had a surgical procedure done. They put one of like a heart monitor sticker on top of the scab, and when it ripped off, it caused that scar tissue. So I want to make very clear that the main scarring that I have from this tattoo is not actually from either of these processes that I have trying to remove it. There is a little bit of scarring, like, obviously, and that's definitely from that like tattoo gun approach. Would I recommend that? Absolutely not. No, it was very expensive, it was exceedingly painful, and it was not effective. So if you ever look up that, if you want to give it a go, go hard. Do I recommend it? Absolutely not. It was probably like, it kind of just looked like a faded old tattoo. It wasn't really gone at all. I have had 2 sessions of laser on this, and I think without me pointing it out, 90% of the time you can't really tell it's there. Yes, the laser was painful, but it was a very small tattoo. It was only about this big. So the laser session lasted 10 minutes. The pain was over and done in 10 minutes, and it was extremely effective. I wanted this tattoo specifically removed before my wedding, so that's why I did that. And laser was the fastest and most effective way to do it. It was expensive and it did hurt, but for me it was 100% worth it. I have actually considered having other tattoos removed by laser, not because I don't like them, but because I don't necessarily like the placement of them, and I have considered just moving them on my body. I haven't done that yet, but it is something that I'm still considering. I'm still thinking about it, and I think in the future there is a high possibility that I will have another one of my tattoos removed. This camera has absolutely terrible battery life, so we are going to hustle a little bit. The last thing, or like there's sort of 2 more things, but the one that I have written down is braces. I got braces. Only on my top teeth, and you can definitely tell. Focus. I have a really bad underbite. I will always have that because my bottom jaw is not completely formed, and when I went to get my braces on, I was intending to get both sets, but my dentist literally said, getting your bottom set done will be a waste of money because of how your jaw is formed. You don't really see my bottom teeth when I speak or when I smile, and I don't like smiling with teeth anyway, so he was like, do you want to waste the money, or, you know, or we can perform surgery to fix your jaw? And I was like, honestly, I'm not that phased, let's just not do it. Again, I wanted my teeth fixed before my wedding. I had a really terrible gap in my front teeth. This tooth was also like way up here. I will try and insert some photos here if I can. So this is your warning. I'll give you a few seconds to skip forward, like 10 seconds before I put these pictures of my teeth on the screen. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I did pay a fair amount of money to have my top teeth fixed. And it was 100% worth it. I did have to have surgery beforehand to remove teeth. I had 7 teeth removed, my 4 wisdoms, and 3 other teeth from the top of my mouth because my teeth were screwed. Not only that, I had extra teeth that weren't going to fit. So instead of trying to figure out where they were and making my braces really complicated, I just opted to have them removed. But that was just my choice. And it was worth it, 100%. My biggest insecurity throughout my entire life has been my teeth. And that was the one thing that if I invested in anything before my wedding day that I wanted done, you know, if my hair couldn't be done, if the tattoo couldn't go, I wanted my teeth done because I wanted to be able to smile on my wedding day and not feel absolutely terrible about it. So I had braces for 9 months. It wasn't long at all, but that was because we pulled those teeth out, so it made it a lot simpler and we fast-tracked it. So my braces were very, very tight all the time, and the plan was specifically to have them off before my wedding day, or we were going to take them off for my wedding day and put them back on the day after. I had an absolutely amazing orthodontist who was so great with my care and my plans and everything like that. He was astounding. It was 100% worth the money. It has absolutely changed my life to have different teeth, and I only wish I'd done it sooner. So I think if I can say anything in like this part is that children, if your parents are trying to make you get braces, listen to them. Because when I was 14 years old, my mum took me to the dentist to get like all the pre-work done so that I could get braces, and I went, no, I'm scared of the dentist, I'm terrified of the dentist, I have absolute like traumatic things to do with the dentist that we're not going to get into. And I told her, no, it's absolutely not happening. I don't want them. I don't want to be teased. I don't want to go through the pain. I don't want to go through the fear. And my mum, being my mum, was like, absolutely, I will listen to you. It is your decision. And I love her for that. I do. I very muchly respect her for not forcing me to go through that, because I think it would have made it a terrible experience. But now as an adult, I'm like, holy fuck, were you stupid. Like, because instead of getting them at 14, I ended up getting them at 23, 24. I don't remember. 24, 23. So a decade later, I went back, got them anyway. Wasn't as scary as I thought, wasn't as painful as I thought, and I had to pay for it myself. So yeah, if your parents try and tell you that they're going to get you braces, listen to them. It will change your life. It is a great thing. And the last thing on my list is obviously something that is still in progress. It's something that I have been working on for what feels like a great portion of my life, but it's just becoming healthy and losing weight. I think obviously when you're a plus size person, a lot of people assume that your biggest insecurity is your body or your weight, and while it's definitely my number 2 insecurity, my number 1 was always my teeth. So as an adult, once I had my teeth fixed, that very quickly became like front of mind for me, and it's something that I've been working very hard on. Obviously I have struggled, it has not always gone well, it hasn't always just gone, to be fair. I think we all fall off the wagon sometimes, and this is the first time in my life at 28 years old that I am really taking my weight loss seriously. Not only because it's going to change the way I look and the way I dress and things like that, like superficial things, definitely, but obviously that's part of the goal and part of why I want to change, because I want to be more comfortable in my body and in the mirror and things like that. But also it's just the way that it affects your health. Like, I'm getting older, I'm 28, I'm almost 30, and while that is still very young in the grand scheme of things, like I'm only in my first decade of being an adult, I still have so much to do and so much to learn. It is becoming very clear to me that you have to take care of your health from the earliest stage possible. So I'm definitely here and kicking myself that I did not take things more seriously when I was young, especially given that I was born with a heart defect. And while I can't reverse that, I am very much taking it seriously now. It is very clear to me that my joints are not what they used to be, and it's not as easy to lose weight or get out of bed in the morning when your body's starting to get all achy, but I'm doing it now. And I can't tell you what the after effects are, because obviously I'm still in that part of my journey, but so far I am happier, I'm healthier already, and things are easier. Like when I was at my biggest, I struggled to tie my shoes. Like, how stupid is that? You don't even think about being able to do that, but like, if I sat on the bed and bent down to the floor to tie my shoes, I struggled to breathe. Like, that's just unhealthy. That is not, absolutely not. No, and we're not going to go back to that. That's ridiculous. Cut it out. So yeah, and while I'm still plus size, and will be for quite some time, I will not go back to how I was. And I'm definitely working on my general fitness and my general health, because I want my heart to be healthy. I want my mind to be healthy as well. That's also something we're working on. And I can tell you that for the future, once I have lost the weight and I'm at a place where I'm happy with my body, I am going to be looking into things like excess skin removal and things like that. I am 100% an advocate for doing things for your body that make you the most comfortable, that make you happy. This is a video on things that I have done and am doing and plan to do that have improved my quality of life. So if you have anything that you can recommend for me, whether it's like a treatment or a plan or just any ideas of things that from what you've heard me talk about that you think I might like or might be interested in or might help me, let me know in the comments. And if you want to ask any questions about the things that I've done and experiences and maybe want me to get like more in depth, give you some better answers, definitely just ask. Send me a message, leave me a comment below. I will absolutely help in any way that I can. I love talking about the things that I've done for myself and been through, not just because I like to hear myself talk and I'm a little bit of an ashhole about it, but if it can help anybody, it's 100% worth the discussion. So if you want to ask any questions about hair removal or tattoo removal or weight loss or getting your teeth done or anything else, just flick me a message, flick me a comment. 100% I will do my best to respond to you. Yeah. Nobody asked for this, by the way. It's just something that I decided I wanted to talk about. Maybe we can revisit this in like a year or two and see what else is out there, what else is being done. Who knows? I don't know, but I'm up for the ride. I'm up for life. I want to live life to the fullest. I want to do my best. I want to put everything out there into the world and see what comes back to me. So, yeah. I will see you next time. Leave me a like, follow, subscribe, whatever the heck you want to do. Leave a comment as long as it's nice, please. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.